Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. Big moves in business: Pfizer-Seagen Deal, Costco's profit surge and special dividend delight, S&P 500's major detractors unveiled by UBS. Pharma giants AbbVie and Amgen face Medicare inflation penalties. Bank of America and peers get a boost from Odeon. Auto sector predicted to hit rough roads in 2024, while Shift 4 payments soars on acquisition rumors. Stay tuned after this short ad break to delve deeper into these headlines and more. The prominent pharmaceutical company, Pfizer, has successfully finalized its purchase of the cancer drug manufacturer, Seagen. The transaction is valued at an estimated $43 billion. This acquisition has effectively doubled Pfizer's oncology pipeline. Despite encountering regulatory challenges, approval was granted once Pfizer consented to waive U.S. royalties from its cancer treatment known as Bavencio. Looking ahead to 2024, the company anticipates a contribution of $3.1 billion from Seagen.
Costco has declared a special dividend of $15 per share. This will be payable on the 12th of January for shareholders recorded by the 28th of December. Despite its appealing business model, Costco's valuation is found unattractive by some. The company's GAAP earnings per share, standing at $3.58, surpassed expectations by 16 cents. Meanwhile, revenue reached the target at $57.8 billion.
The U.S. Equity Strategy Report from UBS uncovers the major factors that have negatively impacted the S&P 500 in the last 2 years. Despite an increase of 10.6% in earnings per share, there was a contraction of multiples by 12.4%. The leading 7 firms, which include Microsoft and Apple, demonstrated negligible variation in returns when compared to the broader market. The energy and materials sectors saw a combined growth of 25.8%. Meanwhile, corporations like Tesla and Pfizer considerably decreased their price returns.
Costco Wholesale Corporation announced a sales growth of 6.2% in its initial fiscal quarter. The comparable sales also saw an increase, rising by 3.8%. Even though the earnings per share surpassed estimates by 16 cents, there was a minor drop in shares during after-hours trading. Furthermore, the company declared a special cash dividend of $15 per share, which is scheduled for payout early next year.
The administration led by President Biden has pinpointed 48 medications, which include products from leading pharmaceutical firms such as AbbVie, Amgen, and Pfizer. These drugs could potentially be subject to inflation penalties in the first quarter of 2024. This action is a component of the Inflation Reduction Act with the goal to decrease out-of-pocket costs for Medicare members and deter increases in drug prices. As a result, these beneficiaries might save anywhere from $1 to $2,786 per dosage during the period from January through March 2024.
Dick Bove, an analyst from Odeon Capital, has recently upgraded the status of 5 bank stocks. These include Bank of America, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bancorp, PNC Financial and Truist Financial. The upgrade moved these stocks from a hold status to a buy. This decision comes in the wake of the Federal Reserve's probable cessation on rate hikes. The potential for lower rates could lead to an increase in banks' asset values and real equity. This would decrease the necessity for equity offerings. However, despite this optimistic perspective, banks might still encounter difficulties such as weak loan growth and possible loan losses in areas experiencing slower growth.
Colin Langan, the senior equity analyst at Wells Fargo, has a pessimistic view on the auto sector. He points out 3 main factors for this. Firstly, peak profits have been fueled by record pricing, which is anticipated to decline. Secondly, there's an expected 20% increase in capacity that could lead to price cuts. And thirdly, there are regulatory pressures pushing for electric vehicles. Additionally, he raises concerns about the lack of growth in pickup truck sales, which have traditionally been a significant source of profit. Langan recommends selling stocks of Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis. He advises holding onto Tesla and Rivian Automotive shares while suggesting buying shares of BorgWarner Incorporated and Adient.
Shift4 Payments experienced a 5% increase in share value following news that Global Payments may be looking to acquire the company. Even though Global Payments saw a 3% decrease in its own shares, the company, which has a valuation of $33.7 billion, is said to be collaborating with an advisor regarding this potential transaction. This development follows earlier interest shown by private equity firms in Shift4 Payments.
And that's a wrap on today's The Daily Business and Finance Show. Stay informed, stay invested. Until next time, keep shaping the business world. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Good night for now, until we cross paths again tomorrow. This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. This podcast provides information only and should not be construed as financial or business advice. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.